Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I had a pretty good day. I was outside for about an hour, well, a little bit this morning and then some this afternoon. I started a bonfire for my horse and my chicken, but they weren't too interested. They just had some treats and went back in their barn, so but that's okay. Um, Andrea Lynn, just so you know, I blocked Lefty, and if you're talking to him and he wants to come back, anybody that's here, use your real name and quit playing the games. I'm not tolerating it, and I do see your crud over on other people's channels and your so-called riding the fence attitude. You're not on like one side or the other. It doesn't matter to me what side. Well, it matters, but when you're talking in neutralities, you're really not fighting for God. So just keep that in mind because that's what I do best, and that's what my channel is all about, the blood situation within all of us. So, okay, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to touch on my subject real quick last night about marriage and men and women before God. And then I'm going to talk about something else. So we'll get to that in a minute. So, a little bit continuation on last night is I know the difference between having sex out of wedlock and being married and being united as one in God's eyes. And the laws of the land are described in the Bible to be followed like that. The moral core values of what we are supposed to be as people. Um, the times that well, just say with Doug and we lived together. I had a separate room, but we always didn't stay apart. But for the most part, almost for 10 years. But the grievance and the sadness in my heart of having sex out of wedlock killed me, you know. So, um, and the way it is when you are as one is a whole nother level of intimacy. And I won't debate that with anybody. I know better. And anybody I met knows better. So we'll just leave it on that note. You feel better when you are truly um, together. And when I wasn't talking to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ like I should have been. So there's the strength in the words for that. Pray for that if those are your desires. And if not, and you're a man in this world and leading a woman wrong, like Lefty with his little he, and the rest of your crap, if you come back on here and you don't have a real name, I don't want to talk to you. This really is. I mean, if you're respectful and you don't have a picture or a name or something, I'll deal with that. But on average, I'm a person that will look in your eyes because I detect lies. And you'll see right away my eyes will flash. I got that lie, you know, I captured it. So that's who I am. That goes into my second theme here as far as transparency of self and core values and um, praying for me to be so transparent. There's nothing inside myself that I'm going to hide from you. I pray to be, I pray to Jesus Christ to be transparent to you. So you don't have to guess what I'm thinking, you know, because it's really important, especially like, okay, you're communicating with another human being. If you have a falsehood in there, your whole conversation is false. It's started and ended on false pretenses. And by not saying everything about yourself, say if you wanted to get with a woman and she was beautiful, but you didn't tell her you really didn't want to marry her, but that might have been her intentions, and she might have told you straight up front that was a lie by omission, you know? So I'm just saying, I don't know who's in what circumstance or why. I'm just speaking from personal experience. So don't chop my head off, you know? That's all I can tell you, you know? But I've always been like straight up with people, what my intentions in life are, um, what my values are, um, honesty. Um, I pray for strength in honesty, and that's a big one. Um, I can look in the mirror and I can ask God, give me strength in this situation, and He does. And I have a video, it's called I Would Rather Die Than Lie. If you can look in the mirror and say to yourself, self, I would rather dissipate, cease to exist, lose my soul than be a liar. That's a biggie. Think on that. You know. Oh, pardon me, Sheena and Justin. Thank you for being here. If I missed anybody else, hi, write your name. Some of my mail was crazy. I'll go through it on like YouTube, and then I'll go back into my mail and delete them. So if I did by accident not get to you, it wasn't because I'm a jerk. I totally want to know who's saying hi. So please just say hi. Hi. You know. So yeah, not wearing a mask is my greatest trait, my best trait, I do believe. So, um, Doug will say to me, "Don't talk so loud." I said, "I didn't say a thing," but he knows it's with my mind, So, yeah, I'm like that. I can give you the look. It's the Barb look, and you can read everything in my mind. That's how transparent I am. So that's a pretty big deal. It really is. If this whole society was honest, we wouldn't have to have police. If everybody was transparent, like, oh, I'm going to kill you now. Oh, I'm going to rob you now. Oh, I'm jealous of you now. We all know these things, like when we hear somebody being jealous in their heads or something. We all hear that, but you ignore it. You don't address it. You see what I mean? I address stuff. I get to the bottom of stuff. I enjoy being a detective because I already know it. You can't hide it from me, and I'll expose it for what it is, especially if you're um, doing other people harm in any way. I will totally come after you like that. I will guarantee you that. So, so if there's anybody that I've showed the door to, and you want to come back as a decent human being, come back with a picture and your real name. Otherwise, I don't want to hear you. If I blocked you once and I know that's you writing on here, you're not welcome here then. If you still want to hide from me, you can't hide your words because when you write them and they're off, they're off. So that's that. So, I'll touch on that being married thing a little bit. I don't think people in this world really understand how they destroy their soul and their core values inside. Um, sure, it's delightful and it gives you thoughts of peace, but it also gives you thoughts of something's a little bit not right. And if you haven't been married, you really don't know what I'm talking about, but you could probably trust me on it, you know. And the ones of you that are, you know just what I'm talking about, you know, and you do know. Even a thought outside your marriage would be painful, wouldn't it? Or it is, you know. Just like Satan will get at one, the incubus or the succubus. They get at the weakest one and separate that marriage. That's what their job is. And once that happens, and it usually happens within the first few months, and the woman's feelings will get hurt if the man did it. Sometimes she flips out and acts like a hose bag too, or they both end up dirty because of it. So, um, you won't see two pure hearts together at this point in life. You might see two pure hearts struggling, but one will be struggling harder, if you see what I mean. Or they know when they've turned away, that type. So, um, it is difficult. It really is, you know. So, with people being together, all I can do is wish you the armor of God and let no man put your marriage under ever. Or if you are dating somebody and you love them dearly, consider. I know how a woman feels. If she's not a real feminine woman in her heart, then she isn't going to be feeling that God thing of doing any wrong when she's fornicating for no reason. So that's the truth. That's what I'm here for, to tell you the truth. I might lose some subs, and I got to move on no matter what. And I was talking on Facebook for a long time, and I made a few videos over there, but you can't really reach the people. You can't really, not a lot of people on Facebook want you to look them in the eye. You know, they don't want to, they'd rather write their little communications and their memes and all the rest of that. They don't want to really be close, you know. They don't want to get to know people at that depth. And it's easier to be a narcissist on Facebook too, because if you're a jerk over there, you kind of have the multitudes, and that's what they do, right? Here, if you're a jerk, people make videos and we're right out there in your face. You know, it's a little different. So, um, Robin asked me to make a video, and I thought, well, of who I am. Well, who I am is the total red pill for exposing the fake light. That's my job, and I do it well. That's all I do, and I do it well. You know. So, um, I know both sides of the fence way too well, but God wins. You know, He always wins. It's amazing, but He always wins. You know. Um, let's see. There was. I'm gonna shut my TV off just a sec here. Um, oh yeah, I was watching Lionel Nation, and he was talking about how they have remote controlled dogs now, like using MK Ultra and electroids and all, like 5 of them or something. Now, this is in a messed up world. They did it with rats first. Remember that little backpack on the poor little rat? Well, imagine a dog now being controlled like that. That's totally inhumane. You know, that's some low life humans there. Mm-hmm. So, and if any of you ever feel like you're MK Ultra, a real good indication of that, pulling out of that, well, they tried to do so much to me, you would be amazed. But um, on to guarding yourself from that with God, and when you feel like a impulse feeling that's not of yourself, scream for Jesus Christ. I mean it. Scream. It's like help right that second. And he'll be there. You got to learn to recognize it, though. You got to use your instincts. And right away, when you feel that icky feeling of something going down bad with you, you got to capture that. That's the instinct thing. And that keeps you safe. But you really got to care about yourself first. Then you can come out and care about other people without pretense or hiding or any of that. First, you got to do it right for you before you can do it right for somebody else. And that's what I told Lefty too. I said, if you truly admire Andrea Lynn, then you would lead her right as a man. And that's the way that is. And it is. If some man says he's going to lead me down this path and he's going the wrong way, you think I'm stupid enough to follow him? Well, where is a man that's going to lead you down the path the right way? Entirely the right way. Not half-assed. Where's he leading you? That's what I'd like to know. So that's truly the way it is. Women know that. They know their men didn't lead them right or don't lead them right, that they can do better. Satan's always pounding on everybody's head. The armor is of that. It's not just putting your nose in the Bible and saying blah, 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 Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It's literally feeling Christ within yourself. Then when you're reading, you do have a better understanding. But first, you got to be able to look yourself in the eyes, in the mirror, at your core self, and say, I really would rather die than lie. I would rather die than have a filthy mouth. I would rather die than lead somebody wrong or hurt another human being intentionally. That type. You really have to make commitments to yourself with God. Then you can be a leader of men. That's how you do that. You cannot do it by yourself. And no other man or woman can do it for you either. You literally have to learn on your own to be strong like that. And don't deny that you aren't weak. First, you got to say, hey, I do need help here. How can I not feel so alone? How do I get strong? What do I do? Show me what to do. You'll be shown. That is how it works. But you got to realize something's wrong first. You got to admit it to yourself and everybody else. There's no shame in that. I would give you the biggest hug. I would be so proud of you and totally admire you. It's called self-examination. Total. I mean, don't leave any spot untouched. Just grab in there and pull out all the dirt. Who cares? There is no shame in knowing that we can't do this alone. That we do have a creator and Christ is here to help us. See, that's the biggest damn lie they covered up. Like Jesus Christ is not a big deal. And all these other religions. Yes, I honor everybody's religion, but the base Aramaic root language before Hebrew, pre-Sumerian, pre-Babylon, was Jesus Christ. Or Christ himself. God. God is a simple avenue, a simple word. There really is no shame on using a proper. God is a term for not just the creator, but Father. You know, that was an easy one for Satan to steal, but who cares? This is called the age of taking back our language. That could mean a gazillion other things with anything that's said. That's why I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of people saying one thing and meaning another thing, or saying, writing something that I know is off and you know it was off, but it's prove it. Nah, not here. I'll prove it. I'll just tell you I know it's off, and you can try and debate that till you turn purple. And God will help you turn purple. Because it's no time in this world to be pissing around, to put it bluntly. Things are bad out there, aren't they, people? Isn't it time people really get strong within yourselves? I mean, I know some of you are. I'm not putting you down. Don't get me wrong. I know you love God. I know you're strong. And I know you don't just try, you actually walk the walk and live that life. And I do admire that. But, oh yeah, there's a but. There are ones that could represent themselves, especially you men. You really could represent yourself a bit stronger as a God loving human being. A lot of women do it, and they do it in the quiet, they do it in the dark because they don't have that strength to stand beside. Well, I'm far from quiet and I'm a little bit into dark, but totally transparent. And that is really the, well, I'm searching for the word, the um, biggest issue on planet Earth is people's lack of transparency, hiding behind their words, hiding behind their actions, the lies, um, they say, well, like a white lie doesn't hurt. Yeah, they do. Or everybody lies. I've heard that. No, they don't. Or everybody wears a mask. Sorry, 007. Not here. It's not happening here. If somebody wears a mask around me, that'll be the last time. Because I wouldn't do that to my fellow human being. I wouldn't say I was one thing and act like another. I detest that. I've always been like that. Even, okay, I'll give you for instance. I was dating a couple guys and I was like, well, I'm dating him and I'll go out with you, but I'm going to tell him first. You know, that type of thing. I've always been straight up. Straight up. And I'll give you another for instance. This was a little maniacal, but this is how my mind works, especially with Satanists. I couldn't prove I was being cheated on. So I got two of my lesbian friends to hit on my ex, and then I found out. That's maniacal, isn't it? It's pretty badass. And how badass is it when my lesbian friends knew that I didn't approve of their relationship, but I loved them anyway? So that's why they respected me. So, and for having God in my heart. And guess what? They did do better in life after meeting me. So, but yeah, that was funny. I got him. Dang it. I nailed it. I proved it. That was wonderful. It's like God just put them ladies right in my life so I could do right in my house. That was when kids weren't around. Totally wonderful. Hilarious, actually. I mean, it was painful, but I needed to know, you know. So I didn't want to keep working and paying for a home and taking some care of somebody that didn't always come home and that type of thing. And with the two kids, I wanted them to have a stable life. And I tried everything before that. So I finally did that and bought another home. And because I was remodeling the one to stay where I was. So I bought a home, moved my kids in, and kicked the thing out. That's how you do that. So, yeah, I'm a little different. I think you noticed. Oh, I was gonna get on here. Yes, I am a Iron Channel. Instead of Iron Man, I could go. I am Iron Mom. you know. Yeah, I am for real. Oh, that's a good song, Iron Man. Yeah. It does remind me of how Satan got treated. I mean, even like I say, um, his minions are dirtier than he is. That's not good. You know, that's how bad this world is. What he perpetuated, they took over and it got worse. Yeah. They're helping him lie to cover up his original lie. So, and they don't even know it. That's the stupidity. And when I call somebody stupid, I mean like I've been stupid. Stupefied. But I wasn't really stupid. I'm more naive. You know, now I'm waking up. I do know that people are cruddy, but I always wanted to try and see the good in everybody, but it doesn't always work like that. And nowadays, there are a certain percent of people that are just going to be cruddy right up till the very moment they drop dead. So that's the way it is. That's part of that Satan soul. It'll be cleaned up by Christ. There's no worries there. Nobody's going to lose nobody. Our souls are forever. Who is here and who is made, we are. And people that have passed, everybody still is. So, I mean, it's not a boo hoo situation if you love somebody that's a jerk. I would say, personally, let them go be a jerk somewhere else. But, you know, that's just an opinion. I know it's hard. Relationships are hard, especially a failed one. I'm a ace at that. I'll make them fail if it's stupid. If it's a stupid relationship, I can't do it. And I haven't seen any that really aren't on a certain level. And this is a sad world. And without God, without Jesus Christ, you aren't going to have a real good relationship. Both of you got to say okay on that note, or it doesn't work. You can't pretend. You just can't. Then the hurt feelings come in and the bitterness. I mean, if you love somebody that's a jerk, um, you're always hurt, you know, and that isn't right. It doesn't seem fair, but it is the way the world is now. And that's exactly what Satan wants. He wants to destroy everybody. He wants Christ dead, literally, forever, gone. And that's the bottom line. Then he can do what he wants with everybody else. So if you're not actually realizing that there is a forefather, the Son came. When they say the Father and the Son are one, he is carrying the essence of his Father, our forefather. Christ is our Father. He's your dad. It's not your brother. You're brothers and sisters. We are brothers and sisters. That is your Father, in essence. that strength to stop Christ or stop Satan, excuse me. So, that's my take on that whole situation, and I just want anybody that's got any doubts about how important it is to take your mask off and be totally transparent for everybody else. It's really important. There's no true human communication without it. If there's anything held back, like I said, then everything is pretense. It's untrue. It's like if, say, my kid said something to me that was untrue, and we had a whole conversation about it. The whole conversation was based on a lie. How foolish is that? Not only a waste of time, but the evil of it all. It's sick. So any given little untruth or hidden core value from ourselves, when you don't have that for other people, you are literally, yeah, you're keeping a part of God from them. You're giving it to Satan. You are. Well, I'll leave it at this. I think that's it for tonight. I'll see though. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Okay, everybody, I love you. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. And like I said, if some of you come back and you got other accounts, let me know your name. Let me see your face. And don't play no games. This is not the time in our lives that we want to be untrue to ourselves and everybody else. Not only is it not fair, it's really dirty and it's disgusting, and I don't want nothing to do with people like that. If you can't live from your heart and truth, then you are one of them. Who are you? You know? So, okay, everybody. Peace. Later.